There we go. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den, neither am I, apparently, because it's been a while. Uh, I'd like to welcome y'all, man, to the greatest conversation on the planet. And the reason why I say that is because it's not me. It's you, each and every one of you wonderful individuals who make this conversation what it is. You know, I don't think I posted this shit. I don't have to shit I'm supposed to post it on, dealing with technicals and tomfoolery in the background. So, with that being said, I'm glad you're here. However, you may have found your way here with no help of my own. I have a gentleman joining me that you may not have seen in a little bit, but we back here to kick it and talk some shit. Who do we have joining the conversation this evening?
And everybody, y'all see that light right there behind me? That's who that is right here. Right there. There we go. That's who I am. What's going on? It's your boy, man. Up. Come chop it over, my boy Huncho. Haven't did it in a minute.
Yeah. All right. I'm fucking with the light. I like the light. That's dope. I like that. So shout out to you. So now nobody got to get on here and say, well, who's that on the screen? Damn it, the name right there. Damn it. Like, what you want us to spell it out for you, read it for you? What the hell?
There you go right there. If you want to know, that's my name right there.
So let's see. Devontae, what's the motherfucking deal? Man, I'm holding down the stream and the chat. Miss Bell Northside in the building. Be more careful. Good to see you. But she already, here's the thing, right? So we're going to talk about it. Revenge of the Rhoda or whatever her name was. I know y'all normally be used to the 2-hour deal. It's going to be a 1 hour tonight. Look, it is what it is. I'm like Johnny Five. I'm low on power. I'm I don't know, man. It's just, whew, I don't know. But let's talk about it. Excuse me. So if y'all don't know, this came out back, I want to say around September-ish, late August. And the backstory is, so this woman comes out, it's happening in Houston. This woman comes out just talking about how a black man assaulted her with a brick because she wouldn't give him her number. And all she did was try to walk away, and he hit her, and there was so many black men around there that didn't help her. And why wouldn't they help her? She's never done anything like this to deserve nothing anybody deserve. Let me tell y'all, man. And y'all say we come on here and we bash women and say all these things. If you've been around a woman long, a woman will cry tears of bloody murder and be the fucking culprit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll cry. I mean, you lie in your face, crying tears of just crocodile tears, and be guilty the whole. Don't ever believe a woman's tears. They're not real. Right? That's CGI. It's special effects. That ain't real shit. Shout out to J-Bell. Delta, you know what I'm saying? I've just been tired. I think what happened was too much. It was too much. What? I didn't why the camera follow me. Shit, I didn't even know the shit to do that shit, but whatever. It was too much. Y'all was taking shots throughout the playoffs and all this little Texans run. I was drinking more than normal. I think that's what got me. I'm like, my body like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Stop doing this. I don't want to drink the rest of the. I don't want to drink for the rest of the year. TD, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, I'm wearing it. What you want to do with it? I'm ride or die. I'm 10 toes down for my Texans. We'll see y'all next year. Ain't nobody going nowhere. Ain't nobody running and hiding. What you mean? But so Rhoda, right? Cried bloody murder and all this shit, and women dove behind this and just talked about how trash men were. You don't protect black women, and y'all are just this and that. And I told y'all way back then that there was something fishy about this. This was Smollett-esque. It had fumes of Jesse Smollett all over it. You know what I'm saying? Just fraudulence. Just fraudulence. So anyway, come to find out a few months later, there was no brick. Thought I heard some. There was no brick, right? And there was a slight altercation, but she was the aggressor of the altercation. She initiated the altercation. And what it appeared that she was hit with was a water bottle, right? And then, even at the time, the friend who was with her came out and said that she didn't see her get hit with a brick. The woman who was with her, the person she had claimed assaulted her was somebody that she rode with, that somebody she was with. She said some strange man, right? Some strange man that she didn't know just assaulted her randomly. When it turned out she was the aggressor, as many of us proclaimed without even knowing the situation, as many of us assumed, because there's stereotypes and then there's all reality, right? And we can talk about the stereotypes that are applied to black women, and some black women are under this umbrella unfairly, but most of them are not, right? And so she made this whole allegation up. People felt sorry for her. Nobody's defending her. Why is nobody getting arrested? And the men who were there came out and said, man, I saw her get into a situation and no, wasn't going to help her because she had been an aggressor all night. She had been routed, getting crazy all night. We
Yep.
saw videos of her come out from various social media where she run around slapping white men. Now, may it have been a skit, may it have been some kind of thing. She's probably some kind of fetishist, getting into some kind of kink thing, whatever. It gets weird. And then a fetishist for the white guy, whatever, right? Cool. Whatever you do your thing. But you can tell this was not a woman who was just the type who just minds her own business and just got attacked, assaulted, and violated, right? This is a woman who is seething for attention, right? Who is just determined to get it one way or another.
Yep.
Anywho, after stealing all the people's money who donated to her, right? Mainly black women, because she was just assaulted, violated, $42,000. She takes a trip to Jamaica, right? Takes a trip to Jamaica. And is in Jamaica, celebrating. He said, I'm just rebuilding my life brick by brick, no pun intended. You should feel so insulted, right? If you donated money to this woman. Because there was no brick, there was none of it. There was all shenanigans, lies, and tomfoolery. So anyway,
Yep.
they eventually decided that this woman committed some fraud. Again, there were no medical bills, none of that type of shit going on. And so they called for her arrest down in H-Town. And for days, she scrambled. She did not show up until today. I believe this morning she turned herself in and was bailed out. But she put videos out talking about, let's hold HPD accountable. Let's do these things, do that thing. When you were the one that was not being accountable, right? And so I say all of this to say, good for her. That's right. Good for her. Because she's done something we've told y'all about. She's explained, these people that we've talked about. And she did nothing but help us prove this point. So there's some inner dynamics going on there, right? Because one, we talk about Africans and Black Americans and Africans, right, in this country. She's a Somali woman. So she's not really what many of us would say as a black woman, right? Yeah, she's from the city. Or she's a Somali woman, right?
Yeah.
And so that started this whole, because we know the black men and black women, we beef on the internet. We get on the internet, we wake up on the internet to beef every damn day, right? This is what we do. I'm like, oh, I wake up, and as soon as the sun comes up and the sunshine, I just feel it on my skin. I'm like, oh, let me go attack a black woman randomly on the internet today. That's what I got to do. It's just what I got to do. But all bullshit aside, yeah, she was a crazy bitch, right? She's
Oh,
the one
man.
actually probably for the topic the other night about the black women still in the transgender style. She said that. She had a series of videos where she said all these things, and she, again, it is what it is. So many people came to her defense though after they found out she went to Jamaica. Now you can tell these are people who did not donate to the cause, right? Because they're like, well, if she said to help Rhoda recover, she didn't say it was for medical bills. Like, bitch, look, ain't nobody saying you going to Jamaica on a solo trip to get your fucking groove back. To get your fucking groove back. That's a better way
Oh,
to
man.
get your groove back, and then you publicly posting all that, and you making fun of the whole situation, in my opinion. But again, got arrested, and here we are now. And I'm going to get on a couple other things, but I want to get Mr. Manup's thoughts on this timeline, how it's gotten from there to now, and then I'm going to share some things that y'all may or may not know about this story that I
Uh-oh.
found particularly Interesting.
Well, let me go ahead and say this here. When I first heard this story, or what was it, back in September, October, whatever it was, a few months ago, I thought it was strange. A man hit you with a brick because you wouldn't give him his number. I said, okay, well, I'm not gonna say she's lying because crazy things have happened before, so I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna jump to the conclusion. So I never said anything. I just thought it was strange. Then when I was looking at that lump on her face, I said, wow, that's a big ass lump on her face. Somebody that knotted her up real good. Now, let me say this here. This is how I know how I figured out they were fake. My wife is the one who said she didn't get hit with no brick because you don't see no scarring, no bleeding, no scratches, no missing skin on her face. You just see a big old lump, like maybe she was allergic to something. A lot of people said that she injected herself with saline and she would walk around the club that day with a mask on, a ski mask on, whatever. So that's a whole another way of looking at it. But I was looking at that and I said, you know what? I told my wife, I said, I think you're right. Because, we as boys, we grow up, we roughhouse all the time. We'll fall down. We'll throw some rocks at each other. You know what I'm saying? We'll act a fool. And, and I still got some of the bruises and scarring on me when I was a kid, from all that stuff. But I said, just a big old lump on her face. You don't see no cuts, no scrapes, no bleed, no nothing. And then I said, this just don't seem right at all. Now, I know I'm finna go back and forth and giving my opinion on this, so bear with me. But it got all over the news. I mean, the regular news, like Fox and all of that, all over social media. I mean, it went all over the place. It even went to other countries. That's the crazy part. It went to other countries. Then, this is one thing I want to know. I don't know why this one here irked me the most. I just don't know why, but it did. On the Breakfast Club, they talked about this. Charlemagne the God talked about this. And I was like, I don't know why that just bothered me. But now, let's go ahead and fast forward to now. Now that it all came out that she was lying, HPD saw the video from that club, even from the gas station across the street. She got in and out of the cars with these guys, her and her friends, and friends didn't want to take part in all this because the friend knew it was a scam. The friend didn't want to, trying to exit herself out of the situation, I guess you could say. I mean, all of
Hold on, see what's. I'm not sure what happens if Mr. Man up will join us back here in a second. Brick of cocaine. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm gonna make a reference about the 42,000 and anyway. So I'll wait for Mr. Man up to come back. I'm not sure what happened. Shout out Delta Echo Golf Tie Baker. Let me see. 335. But yeah, so here's the thing though with that whole brick lady. While we're waiting on Mr. Man up to join us back. I discovered something, right? And I discovered something, and it made this whole situation make so much fucking sense. It's ridiculous. Right? I discovered something that made this whole situation, it put two and two together, right? Oh, you said the celebrant project who she was going at, but because celebrant was exposing her. Yeah, I seen that, and there was another chick that she was, who was they call it, Queen Accountability or something like that. I seen her on something. I think she was trying to get. I don't know. She was saying the woman was harassing her and shit. But here's the thing. Shout out. to the late great Kevin Samuels, right? Because he used to have a thing on his soundboard that, if you recall, if you ever watched it long enough, you would hear it. That I'm a PhD, right? I'm a PhD. This woman was a PhD student. Oh, that's the same person? Okay. Um, this woman was a PhD student. I'm not sure what happened to Mr. Mendo. I don't know if we can join us back in here in a second. I don't know what happened. Oh, it just cut you out. See if the link should just bring you. See if it bring you back. That's what I was wondering. I was just sitting there. What happened? If you need me to resend you the link, I'll resend it to you. What? Miss Bell, New Year, new ashy hose. I like my hose well moisturized. All right, there we go. Mr. Man, I'm back. All right. Yeah, cut out on us a little bit throughout the way, as you were saying.
Man, I forgot. I don't even know where I stopped at.
Oh man, hold up. I see it. I don't think I got the. Oh, my bad, Mr. Dan. I ain't got the doggone. No, I don't. Again, I ain't set the alerts up on this shit. Hold on. We talking about the bricks, the cuts.
Okay. Now I know I'm going back and forth on all of this, right? So bear with me, because I don't know why one particular person talking about this kind of just irked my nerves. And I'm talking about the Breakfast Club. When they was talking about it, it just got to me. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? So, but let me just go ahead and try to cut what I want to say a little short, because I know Hunter want to get his thing in. I want to know this. Is all of those people that badmouth men, particularly black men, but I'm going to just say men in general, are they going to come out and say, you know what, we were wrong, I apologize, men didn't do this, the police got video, blah, 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 you know, whatever, however you want to say it, or you going to give us an apology because this woman lied? And furthermore, this is another thing I want to know. When are women going to step up and say, no, don't do this. Don't do this. Because not only is it going to make other women look bad, what if this was to really happen to someone and nobody's going to believe that person that it really happened to?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's the thing.
But I don't want to go too long on it, but go ahead. Go ahead, Hunter.
First, shout out to Stronger Grand, a.k.a. Dan the Man with the play. Appreciate the love. He says that send her back to Somalia. She can go fund me, hustle from there with all the other scammers. Really? And that's what it is. And that's what it is. That's what it is. But,
well, from the police report, they said that they took her passport.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They did. Good. They did, because she's a scammer, probably an escape artist. But yeah, and so that, and about the apology, no, it will not be. There will not be any kind of apology, because what they'll do is they'll just find the next thing. Well, look over here. Well, look over there. What about this? And it's like, cool. You don't ever see a man having an issue when it is a real thing. When that man is in the wrong, you say, man, he fucked up. Or that something ain't right about what he's saying. That don't make sense. He put his hands, whatever. It could be anything, right? And when it makes sense, men is like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, fuck him. And there's no argument about it. There's no argument about the situation. That's why there's no drama. That's why you don't see all the, well, what about this? What about that? Because it's an open and shut deal. Like, men don't try to defend the scumbaggery. This woman had women still defending her. I mean, it's a page I follow on the gram, and it's a very interesting page. I want to say it's called Eye of Horus, but the way it spells like the letter I underscore, I think of underscore Horus, something like that, right? And what he does is he shows situations where a lot of times women are being very bad mothers, right? And then, and it's not even the situation itself where the women are being bad mothers or doing bad things as women, but it shows how other women defend their bad behavior. So he showed this when she went to Jamaica. Young Ken, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you, my brother. But he showed when she went to Jamaica, she was cracked up brick by brick and this, and all that. And the women in the comments were saying, well, maybe she deserved a trip to Jamaica to deal with all the healing, right? Like these buzzwords that women, primarily black women, use self-care and healing. And I'm not saying that you don't need to take time out for yourself, but you don't need a buzzword to do it, right? Like you don't need buzzwords to tell you how to fuck. Black women love buzzwords. BW. Black women love buzzwords. BW. Right? BWs love BWs. So it's like the self care and self healing and matching energies and all that, those things. But yeah, said that she needed to go but they said recovery, right? Because another thing was saying help Rhoda recover. So you had black women out here saying that, well, maybe going on a vacation solo was helping her recover. You had black women on there talking about her body. Oh, look how her body is really bodying. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, instead of, again, and then again, people, some people are like, well, once, money leaves my hand, it's up to what God does with it. And I can respect that, right? Like, because if you give money to, like, a homeless person on the side of the road, there's a possibility they may go to McDonald's and get a McChicken sandwich. There's a more likely possibility that they're going to go buy crack, right? But what you're doing out of the kindness of your heart, is out of the kindness of your heart. Now, if someone's saying, I need money to help recover from an assault, right? You're thinking medical bills because you've seen a lot of people go under to simply do the medical bills, right? You, oh yeah, you're getting that right. Or, you would think like that, bills or something like that. It took a trip. And you have people who are saying, oh, well, you don't need 42,000 to go take a trip. You can do that off a check. Yeah, you can. But still, my thing is this, is like, what has really been done with the funding? I'm not saying I didn't donate the bitch. You ain't got to show me shit. You ain't got to show me a dime, right? But the people who felt violated, my bad, is digitally contagious. But the people who felt violated because she took their money and ran off with it, or whatever you want to call it, they have a right to know, right? But the thing is that there was never a brick, there was never this violent assault. It was not just something like, look, bro. It's a couple of women out there that are extremely bad. Very few women that are so bad that nigga just gonna start beating you up because you didn't give him your phone number. Like I know niggas act like hoes when they get rejected. I know that. I've seen it. That's some of the lamest shit in the world. Like bitches do the same shit too, right? So just like let's not act like I'm not discounting anybody. And that's the biggest thing about these race or these inter-race gender wars that we're having. Everybody does the same shit, right? Like, because again, if a broad tried to throw some pussy at you and you say, hey, look, man, I'm kind of cool on that and I appreciate it, or she does her whole little way of trying to be something, oh, you must be gay then. Oh, what's wrong with you? And first thing is, oh, are you married? And if you're not married, I gotta go. Oh, then you must be gay. You must be this. And it's just like, no, you just might not be my type.
I've gotten that even as a married man. I must be gay. Yeah. Even as a married man, I'm gay. I'm like, damn. So I'm supposed to just disrespect my wife just because you want? Nah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the pussy price. But they look like pussy. Look, in this economy, everything has gone. Everything has skyrocketed, right? Except the price of pussy. Pussy has plummeted like to an all-time low. I don't even understand how it works. But anyway, I fucking hate Heidi. How are you, Heidi? He said the video of this chick twerking at the strip club, flashing new jewelry, and so yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing, and it's like, and I get it. It's like, hey, you fell for the okie doke, that's on you. But it's like, when do we have to like? And I hate it, and I get it, and I'm not for all AI and automation, and I'm all about freedom of speech and people being. But some people just need to be protected from themselves. Like some people belong in jail. Some people just need to be protected from themselves. Some people they're just so dumb, or they're so kind-hearted, or whatever that they fall for. But nobody falls for the flim flam. Nobody falls for the okie doke. Nobody falls for the tomfoolery more than black women do. And I'm not saying this to be an insult. This is a saying is to like think, understand, and protect yourself. Right?
Yep.
Because I don't want to see you getting conned. I don't want to see you getting manipulated, and done bad. But while you get targeted, while you look at black men and blame them, black women con other black women more than anybody. Like more than anybody.
That's been proven. That's been proven. Women cause harm to other women more than men cause harm to women. But they just bring it to the forefront when there's a man for some odd reason. I don't know why. But like right now, this story has got out. Only reason why I found out about it because I'm subscribed to Fox 26 news channel, and that's So it's like, but nobody's coming out really talking about this. When this story broke, you could not go on any social media page without seeing, oh, the brick lady got hit and this ain't right. Men didn't protect her, blah, blah, blah. All that crap, right?
What?
Now that it come out that she's lying, please tell me how many people have you heard coming out talking about that if she lied? How many people's coming out saying this?
But I've seen motherfuckers say niggas still should have. Even if it was a water bottle, if it was a something, well, she got hit with something. Well, something bad happened, so she just like. I'm trying to and here's the thing, and this is why honestly, like I've given up hope. I've given up hope. Down with hope and up with dope. At this point, no pun intended. But at this point, it's like I've given up hope because we've raised a generation, and this new generation, and I don't know who to blame. I was talking to somebody yesterday, maybe the day before, I can't remember, and we're just talking about the new generation of kids, their parents, and the parents before them, and like who is it who really fucked it up, right? Because we got this weak woke. We don't hold anybody accountable. Everybody else is always to blame, especially as a woman. Believe all women, and I'm not saying not to, right? I'm not saying not to, but when you know it's a lie, and hold her just as accountable. Like if you want the same level of respect and treatment, hold her just as accountable. Any man, hold him just as accountable as his counterparts. Like you can't have one without the other. Like you can't say, oh well, this group of people needs to be held this way, but when it comes to mine, when we need to show a little leniency. You just don't understand. Like, nah, fuck all that, right? Like, if you want the same to be treated the same, then you got to be subject to the same consequences.
But that's the problem. She know. Okay, let's just put it like this: here. She got all that help. Now, let's just say, I don't know. Let's just say I came up with a story that I got this woman hit me over the head with a pipe. I don't know. I'm just throwing something stupid out there. And do you think I would have got $42,000? In my recovery? Do you think my story? Do you think my story will went all over national media like that? No. It wasn't just on social media; it was on the national media. This story even hit other countries. That's how crazy it is.
Yeah, you become a man.
Like I said, when this story broke, you couldn't go on YouTube. You couldn't turn on the TV anywhere without hearing this. So I just want to know, like I said, I don't know why it irked me, but Charlamagne and God talking about this. Oh, this ain't right. They deserve donkey of the day. You don't go around hitting nobody because you don't want to get them the phone number. Now Charlamagne and God gonna come out and say, okay, well, my bad. I should have did some more research on this. I should have waited till a few months after all of this. But now everybody wants to jump on a quick story just for clicks and views. Everybody wants to be a part of it when they don't need to. No. That's all it is. Because like I said, when I heard it, I didn't say anything about it. I just thought it was strange. But I said, whatever, crazy things have happened. Yeah. Man, it could be true. I don't know. But like I said, my wife is the one who told me she didn't get hit with no brick. Because if you just saw that just a big old lump on her face, you didn't see no scratches, no bleeding, no scarring, no nothing. You just saw a lump. Like maybe she was allergic to something. That's it.
Yeah. Every donkey of the day should be Charlamagne. And I honestly, I didn't look into the Whitlock Stephen A thing. I heard that they were going back and forth, but I just didn't get I'm trying to tell you, I know it don't make no sense. Y'all like it's weird being on YouTube. I really be trying to minimize my time on social media because I understand how the rabbit hole goes, especially when I see some shit that I know I'm gonna get into. So I'll be like, I'm gonna look into this a little bit later, right? I'm gonna look, and then I just never ever look into it because I know it's gonna be hell. But yeah, but that's what would happen if Man Up got hit by some lady and she attacks you. You would be a meme or a viral video or something like that, and nobody would talk about it. Nobody would care, right?
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it goes. Like nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a fuck. What's the other way around? Fine, dandy, cool. That's fine as long as we can say when you're lied on, we can at least the bare minimum we can give you is hey, when it's a lie, when it's a fabrication, that we clear that up, right? Like that we clarify what happened. Let's do that. Had a little conversation with I won't say conversation, it was a back and forth with somebody because I guess there's another Jane Doe in the Diddy case, right? And
Uh-oh.
and I was just saying that, in these situations that they need to be identified. Because you can come out and say anything about anybody without proof, without anything. And
Yep.
it's up to that motherfucker to try to disprove your lies, right? And how do you do that? And so the motherfucker was like, shit, this nigga Diddy been all over the place. So if you're a random, unknown person, I don't know who you are, and you're claiming I did something at some point in time, and I've lived the life I'm pretty sure Diddy's live, whatever that means. Y'all can take that however you want to. Take that however you want to. But it's a situation where, like, I think people should be identified because we've seen too many cases up until this point where women have gotten away with ruining men's lives. Who was the y'all remember the yoked ass dude from Baylor? What was his name?
Oh,
Oakman.
yeah.
Oakman. And
Yeah.
he was supposed to be like he was supposed to be solid. Like he was. I don't know if he's gonna go in the first round, but he was a big ass dude. Like and. What happened? The broad lied on him, and what I think he might be in a Canadian league somewhere or something like that now. But that's 3 years of his life that he's not gonna ever get back. You know what I'm saying? And he's lucky to even be playing that type of shit. So,
It's like it's the same thing with the Bills punter. I don't know if you heard that. As a girl that lied on him said that he I'm trying to use correct words here on social media, but he rape her, and but proof came out that he wasn't even at the party.
mm,
He wasn't there.
mm,
It was the Bills punter. This happened like what 2 years ago, something like that. Something like that when the story broke. Yeah, and it come out that this woman falsely accused him of that action, and he wasn't even there. I'm like, are you serious? Just because what his name is and what he's associated with, the NFL
yeah.
put his name out there, and the man really.
I'm trying to tell you, like a lot of times, what a lot of these women do is because of behaviors that they engaged in, they look for someone else to apply it to, so that way they can feel, at least in the public eye, absolved of, you know, their sins or however you want to call it, to put it in the least likely way. And I'm not saying that this shit doesn't happen because it happens all the time. It happens. It doesn't happen as much. It happens a lot. It happens far too much. But it does not happen the way a lot of this shit people saying it is. A lot of these allegations, a lot of these so-called whatevers are really based on women who made a decision that they want to regret or try to renege from, and try to put it on some man or try to something to take the light off of them, basically. But getting back to bad behavior, Rhoda, and all that stuff. But I wanted to get to the thing that this woman was a PhD student, right? And I don't know if many people talk about this. So this woman is not dumb. She's not an idiot. She's obviously spent enough time in college to know how to formulate a story well. You know what I mean? But she's like, Huncho, a PhD. Well, I'm a PhD. What does she have? A doctorate? Again, what most black women get PhDs in, right? It's not astrophysicists or it's not, I don't know. I was going to go somewhere. I'm trying to come with the jokes. I'm tired. But anyway, Rhoda Osman, right? Rhoda Osman, a PhD student, went to University of Texas at Austin, College of Liberal Arts. Liberal art. Y'all used to hate on that boy K. Sam, man. What he used to tell you, when we get these degrees and these things that don't pay, that don't matter, then you got all this school, you got all this debt. But you know, she's a Somali, so I wonder if she's an immigrant. She probably got some kind of Somali school discount deal. Master of Science, Columbia University, BA English, Southern New Hampshire, New Hampshire University. Right? We should send her an email. They got her email on there. I don't think she's gonna answer that. Her interests are Black feminist theory, ethnography, urban social movements, Black diasporic studies, decolonial studies, cultural studies, race and gender studies. Ms. Osman's research follows Somali diasporic women in Minnesota in their activism work to prevent the demolition of public housing and the potential of a second displacement of the Somali community within 30 years. Rhoda is now working on a book, Be a Mountain, a cultural reflection between one kitchen table, which speaks on the conflict between first-generation American children and their relationship with their parents, using her own personal story with her mother. This is one arrogant bitch.
Oh man.
Like, I mean, just hear me. Like, everything. She studies herself. And this is with the weirdest shit. Like, bitch, you can do that on your own time. Like, you exist. Like, this is the dumbest shit. And this is the shit that, you know, the quote unquote most educated group, quote unquote most enrolled. This is the shit you enrolled in. And this is why we say we have some of the most arrogant fucking women. And I hate saying, I'm not saying it even, it's fucking true. It's fucking true. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? But anyway, who likes to play victim more than a feminist? Who have we seen cause and fabricate these lies more than people who are deeply entrenched in some type of racial or gender conflict on a daily basis, mentally at least? It's always those. Oh, it's one of these. Who was the one a while back? Oh, the white men. They made fun of my hair. Girl cut her own fucking hair off. Or they chased me home and they tried to put a hijabi thing on me or whatever. Didn't happen. Turns out it was a lie. Motherfuckers never seen you in life. Like, you keep seeing, and then you turn out, you read the profiles, you find out the background. These are people who are super pro feminist. These are people who are super pro whatever racial cause they are, and this is no surprise. They get brainwashed. They go to college. They get into some stupid ass study. You know what I'm saying? Because in reality, how hard is it to pass some shit like this? How hard is it to fail nigga studies if you a nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, you get an automatic passing grade for existing. You like, I live. As long as you live through the semester, you're gonna pass. Like, this is where we're like, this is the shit I be talking about. And then this is the most, she has a PhD. She has a PhD.
First, I want to know who cares? You know what I mean? You got a PhD, fine, you're educated, great, that's good for you. But what is that going to do for society? Yeah. All you did was just mess everything up. Think about it. Your PhD is supposed to help. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to help you and society. But your actions did something totally different. Think about it.
That's crazy. What did y'all talk about? Say, does that mean you go to jail? That punter story was crazy. He said he was Pierce sided with the girl, Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith always sided with some bullshit. But he said he went through his memoir and basically lied about everything. I believe it. I believe everybody who writes a memoir has lied about everything. Like, look, I've done some decent. I ain't done like the greatest shit in the world. I've done some shit. I don't want to talk about it. Like, I don't want to write a story about my fucking life. I don't. I guess. Like, I guess you got to fill in the blanks. I guess people see things differently. Who knows? But I don't know. That's a weird thing to me. But yeah, and again, that's what I say, man. You got to be really careful these days. You got to. Like, it's crazy how shit went from a joke with the Chappelle Show, with shit like the sex contract and shit like that.
Oh yeah, that's
funny. It's a real thing now. You have to, because otherwise, you have consensual arrangement with somebody, and they can say that you did some off the wall shit. You can be in a spot where you weren't even at. Like you weren't even at this place, and you get blamed for like. And again, and the thing about it is, it's encouraged, right? Because the women listen to other women, tell them these things, and
Mm-hmm.
what I've come to realize, there's a lot of women, especially in our culture, unfortunately, but it's kind of growing as we across the board. So a lot of women who raise women who have no understanding about what a man is, right? Other than you know, dick and money, right? Other than that, they don't care. Like, okay, this is a tool to fund my lifestyle. This is a tool to get me off. Well, nowadays when they ain't getting off with other women, um, but it's like it's a situation where modern women don't give a fuck about. So they don't care if you lie on them. They don't care because in their mind, well, they've been getting over on us for years. But they don't look at the individual that you're fucking over right there, and then the long term effect that it's gonna have. Like because somebody got fucked up that you've never known, you're willing to fuck over somebody else who's never done nothing to you, right? That's the mindset that they have because they just don't care. But most women don't give a flying shit. It's about themselves. They've been taught, and you can't blame them, right? You can't blame them because they've been taught to be selfish because we raise, we nurture, we show favoritism to them. They usually kind of get softer treatment. In situations where you tell a boy, get your ass up and take care of it, you treat a girl differently. And so they're used to being catered to and privy to this and that. And when it doesn't happen, they don't know how to register it. They don't know how to process it. And so the only way they know how to get their way is to lie about it, is to fabricate it. So that way in their head, things stays on track because this is how it's always been for me. It's always been I've gotten my way. Okay, this situation, it's not going my way, but how can I get it to get on my? I'm going to lie, right? And I'm going to lie, and then what's going to happen? Because we as people have always been taught, women are angels, women are sheep, treat them this way too. We automatically tend to believe the fucking lie, and then you have to say,
Yep.
well, the burden of proof is on you, even though, you know, nobody did. And again, so it is what it is. Well, like I said, it's a wild situation because now she got rewarded, and I think she had a $10,000 bond, which I'm pretty sure she got bonded out with the GoFundMe money. She's banned from GoFundMe, but what does that mean, right? Like, what does that really mean to be banned from GoFundMe? Even then, they even talked about when she put up another scam in 2020. She did some of the similar shit, right? Like, dog, how's you getting beaten in the fundraisers like every couple of years? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this don't happen to most people ever in life. Like, this happened to you in one presidential fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Not campaign, in one presidential administration. Goddamn, like shit, getting beat the fuck up. Trump ain't do that to you, bitch. What the fuck? Um, so it's just man, it's just these days. It's sad, right? But again, PhD educated woman out here manipulating the emotions, and you think that she doesn't know that this is a how to pull at the heartstrings of other black women. And I know it's a hard thing to say, right? Because you see someone who looks like you being victimized, you automatically put yourself in their shoes. I know a lot of black
Yep.
women have been through traumatic experience, been through fucked up shit, been through just a lot of terrible things, and you put yourself in the shoes. You remember the experiences that you had, and then you put an emotional tie to it instead of seeing it for what it really is, separating, taking the emotion, withdrawing the emotion from it, and looking into it for the case that it is. But instead, again, like I said, too much emotional tie. So ultimately, what do you think happens when all the dust settles? Because again, $10,000, it's a moderate bond. You pay what, like $1,000, come up with the 10%, you up out of there. It's not a very very high bond. Do you think she's really going to see any kind of punishment for this incident?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've always said this. Women know they can do this stuff and get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll either receive very little punishment or no punishment.
Mm-hmm.
So unless she has to do something that's just way off the wall to receive some severe punishment. She's not gonna receive anything. She's gonna receive very little.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that right now. The punishment I think that she's gonna get is gonna be equal to somebody that just walked into a 7-Eleven and stole a bottle of soda. That's it.
Oh, Oh,
That's
I'm
what I think.
glad you mentioned that.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Uh-oh.
so glad you mentioned
Uh-oh. What Huncho
that.
got? What you got, Huncho?
So some shit went down in the slum the other day, right? And I don't know if y'all may have heard of it. Maybe so, maybe not. Well, it seems so shiny right there. Anyway, maybe so, maybe not. Some shit went down in the slum. Two young men, boys, whatever the fuck you want to call them, went into a store, stole like $8 worth of chips, just walked right out. So went, grabbed, and walked right out the store. Left. Store clerk, tired of people stealing from this store, went to go follow them, right?
Yeah.
For stealing the chips. Would you like to guess what the outcome of this story is, Mr. Man Up?
Let me ask you, where did this happen at?
In Humble, Texas, off
Oh.
yeah.
What happened to the man? I'm gonna say, damn, that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and say he probably had the cops called on him for stalking those kids, those boys or whatever.
I wish that was the outcome of this story. It
Uh-oh.
would be a much happier story. Unfortunately, that man is no longer with us.
Ooh.
Those two gentlemen, for lack of a better word, shot and killed him.
Mm.
And then they were on the run for a small amount of time. Now, they were turned in to
Mm-hmm.
HPD.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to take a guess at who escorted these two young men into the precinct? Now, it's not a rapper. It's someone who tends to handle or be around legal matters. I'll give you that hint. Someone
Okay,
we've
I
talked
have.
about on this channel probably multiple times before.
Okay, yeah, I have no clue.
Quanell X.
Oh, I just now see it in the comments. Yep, I see it right
Yes,
now. I see it right now.
Quanell X. And I was talking to somebody the other day about things and picking and choosing and cases and things like that. Why? And I get it. Quanell usually shows up at the race related conversations, usually at the race. You didn't know for real? Yeah, for real. Were you guessing 335? That's exactly what happened. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
and
so he was guessing too?
oh
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and
Well, that was
and
a good guess.
and yeah, in fact, they turned themselves in late last night. I was talking about it, and I was like having to see it, and I'm like, why? You know, you can turn yourself in, and they're not going to shoot you outside. You can just say, hey, I'm going to turn myself in. You guys are looking for me, but we got certain groups and communities and people in this city who've got to make a show of things. And this is why I talk about especially black women, because I don't know, but I'm willing to go on a branch, an extremely sturdy branch. Like, I mean, I'm talking about probably like a redwood branch, and say that both of these young men are the parents of single mother households, right? So this type of stuff is a marketing ploy for more business for Cornell-X, right? And
Oh,
because to me, what do you see? Oh, I feel like my baby's falsely accused, or I'm a, whatever. I'm gonna get Cornell. Every time it's a race situation, You see Quanell show. Remember the Brittany Bowens thing that happened?
Mm-hmm.
He was in the middle of that. Now he actually did, I guess, get some type of talking and confession out at the end. But a lot of the representation early on, it was questionable. It was like, come on, man. It was a lot going on. But you see a lot of times it's usually something racially motivated. But to me, this situation, to put yourself involved with it was terrible. And then that chick, the chick, oh my God, I can't stand that chick, bro. I don't even know her name. I don't even know. This is why I say the shit was so dumb. The high yellow chick, always with the cowboy hats, always talking loud and shit. The fucking look, bro, Doctor something. I think Dr. White is her name, something like that. And bro, it's like you're supposed to be an educated black woman, Doctor. You got the big eyelashes and the whatever, and look like a BBL, and you got the long extended weave and all that. Like, and you just, to me, it's just like, bro, it bothers the fuck out of me. But anyway, I see her all the time, always complaining, always doing some shit. And yet, then you got she's in the little photo op too. Y'all walking all the way down. Like again, this was just for show, right? Because if you were just gonna go in there and turn yourself in, you just go do it. Of course, media and cameras were called. They want to make it seem like a big deal. We don't want them to get killed on the way in, even though they some killers. But yeah, she got a hoodie on. Got your face covered. She must have got the call in the middle of the night. Ain't have a chance to put the makeup kit on and the weave and all that shit. All you see is eyelashes and hoodie. Like just you look like you about to come rob the joint. If I was gonna be arrested than anybody, it would have been us. She looked like she about to come in there and shoot the damn precinct up with a Black Lives Matter hoodie on. Like this is the dumb shit I be talking about. How we represent stupid fucking shit, bro. Like you bringing two young men in who were just accused of killing somebody. They face all on the camera. It looked just like the niggas you brought in from the corner store camera to the fucking news cameras. And you want to wear a Black Lives Matter fucking hood. Like, how tone deaf are you to the situation that you were involved in? Like, how? Now, I mean, just like it, because it has to be about race. It has to be about race so fucking bad that you don't realize how much you fucking play yourself. Like, and this is the shit I'm sick of, right? This is the shit I'm fucking sick of. But this is the black leaders. This is the shit. Yeah, some chips. Like, nigga
You
lost
know,
his life over some fucking chips.
I'm glad you said that too, because about the black leaders, I don't know why this popped in my head, and this person not a black leader, but it just popped in my head. I was telling my wife just the other day, you know, can you take one guess why I don't like to watch nothing related to Tyler Perry anymore? I'm putting it like that anymore because I did, but like the last 5-6 years, give or take, I have just stopped watching anything related to Tyler Perry. Can you take a guess?
He's a very aggressive cross-dresser.
What the fuck? No. Oh, that's a good one, but no.
I mean, the first thing that came to mind was
No.
yeah.
I told my wife this. I said, granted, yeah, he has gotten people a lot of jobs. So, you know, he did good on that. Come from homeless to now billionaire. That's great. You know, I'm not knocking that. But I said, it's bad enough other groups of people make us look bad. Why our own people make us look bad? Think about it. Every TV show, movie, play he's done, everything is all about making us look bad as a people. And I said, I can't be on board with that no more. I just can't do it. I don't know if it's just something clicked in my head. I don't know what, but I just can't do it no more.
I mean, it's just, and I feel you. I definitely feel you. It's man, look. But the thing about it is that that's what we want. That's as Negroes in America, right? The Negro narrative, the Negro narrative in America is not. It's like the Hollywood and these motherfuckers ain't lied. Hey, this is what we want. We want this shit. We embrace this shit. You know,
Yep.
we because even again, and not even to be a hypocrite, right? Because I talk about all this ghetto tomfoolery, but every now and then I may be a participating in some ghetto shenanigans myself. So, not to be, but again, it's not something. My whole principle is not to glorify things. Is there are things that happen there. You do things, you deal with you, whatever. But we glorify shit. We glorify trap. We promote it and we exalt it,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
that's the issue. Like I was talking to somebody the other day. Think about it. Like in the black community, like you said, we got it's always race, or we're the only place that has the fucking rappers, the entertainers, are at the forefront of your community. Like who does that? It's so ass backwards, man. It just doesn't make any sense. So, but I agree, man. With the Tyler Perry thing, we like feeding ourselves shit. But like I said, we start the rappers. They talk about all this shit. Well, you don't know what he meant. Man, you hear one side of a story. You listen to a motherfucker who's probably a real fucked up ass comeback, right? But
Yeah.
because you hear their side of the story, you're familiar with them because they can rhyme. You have an affinity towards them. Like I don't make connections like that, and I'm kind of glad. Like I had, well, and when I did, I had to start going back and correcting shit like that. So I can like an artist for being an artist. I can like an athlete for being an athlete. I can separate like your politics from your play for the most part. Unless I just want a reason not to like you, then I will. But what most people don't is like they can't appreciate a human being for what they are because their opinion is different from theirs. And that's a baffling thing to me that we're so washed that this is where we are. We're so brick-headed, if you will, that we get like this. But yeah, we have exactly, faith, not a brain. And boy, faith, and look, I get you, I get it. Faith can move mountains. The right faith, but you got some faith in some bullshit. But when it's like it's blind, that's like anyway. That's gonna start a whole nother shout out to Brandon Anderson, man. This gonna start a whole nother thing. So look, I know I told you I was gonna give y'all an hour, right? Because I'm just I'm figuring it out. But Mr. Man Up, any other thoughts on your mind? Any other things that that we might have missed when we were talking about Rhoda, the brick lady?
Now, I don't know how true this is because from what I've read, it's I got different stories, but I'm just gonna go and say this here. GoFundMe supposedly have froze that account and refunded people their money back. I don't know. I don't know how true that is. Yeah. So don't take my word for it because there are some people that saying that she got the money. And I agree with Huncho, seeing her going on trips. I'm like, well, I mean, she got it. But GoFundMe saying that they didn't, give it to her. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, all I gotta say is this. I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again. I think women need to get on other women for this nonsense. Because at the end of the day, it's messing up you, your future kids or your grandkids, whatever, wherever you is in life. Because like I even told this to my wife, I said, what if that was to really happen to you? Let's just say you got off from work and you stop by the gas station and get you a bag of chips or whatever, I don't know, something. And, that really happened to you. I mean, who people gonna say, nah, I don't think this is real because look what Rhoda did. So this ain't real. She ain't really get hit with no brick. You see what I'm saying? So it's just the simple things. And then on top of that, how mentally fucked up in the head you got to be to make up lies like this? If you hate men, okay, fine, hate men, that's cool. But really, you gotta go this far? Whatever.
You gotta be evil. But you want to know what's sad? You want to know what's sad? This is not uncommon. This is not
that
an
is
uncommon
sad
thing. And like
that is sad.
And you see the number of women that support it lets you know that this is not uncommon. That there are many women who, if they could put two and two together, probably more would do it, right? If they figured they could get the right scenario or setting to pull it up, they would do it. But it is what it is. But I agree. Women got to start holding women more accountable. We as fellas, we got to stop fucking with them hoes. Like you start saying, give them 50 feet like little. Like y'all be thinking I be joking, right? And I'm speaking in generalities. I know, well, not a whole honcho, not a you look, damn it. Y'all know not all. Y'all are. That's just God. Put the little warning sign. Not all. We know it's impossible for anything to be all unless it's some type of element of nature or some shit. I don't fucking know. But we know not all people. There's always going to be one little differentiator. We know not all people. So hear me out. But yes, more accountability needs to be taken. But nowadays, women are encouraged to provide less accountability. And if a man
Yeah.
says anything about it, he's a misogynist. If a man disagrees with you, he is a chauvinistic pig. If he corrects you, he's a mansplainer. If he
Yeah.
likes to sit where his nuts can breathe, he's a man spreader. You know what I mean? Like he's a man everything else, unless you want some fucking money from him, right? And then there you go. So it is what it is. But with that being said, we are gonna get ready to wind it down. We are gonna get ready to call it a wrap because otherwise it's gonna end up looking like one of them old cuss deals. All y'all like, what did the nigga Huncho sleep?
I remember those. I remember that.
So I definitely do appreciate it. I'm glad I was get to be joined by Mr. Man up this evening. We're gonna have some good topics this week, so you let me know, man, or whenever that you are available. We can definitely chop it up again. We got a conversation we gotta have that we're gonna have on black education, right? And I don't know, and I'm giving y'all homework. If you in the den, I'm giving you homework so y'all don't have to
Okay.
y'all don't have to be like when it's time to watch the video to be like, well, I don't understand what's happening, Honcho. There was a guy in Baltimore. Baltimore. He was I want to say the superintendent or the principal. I'll get the school. I'll put the link up in the Discord if y'all in the Discord. But you just look up Baltimore school principal rant or something like that. But basically, he made some statements about black students not being able to test their way out of a paper bag and being entitled. He talked about some of his cohorts not doing well at their job. And he said some things. He mentioned black people, Jewish people, black students, and some other stuff, right? And this was probably secretly recorded. But I want you to watch it. I don't want to influence anybody's opinion one way or another. So I'm just gonna state it like that. But I wanted to listen to what he said. I want y'all to listen to what he said. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. And that's gonna be that might be tomorrow's topic if it doesn't, if nothing crazy, nothing else crazy happens. That and a couple other things that go with that, but that's part of the education topic. I want to talk about some things in education and how it's going. Because y'all just got to see some shit. I got actually it's like 4 videos that go not just with that, but part of that conversation. But y'all got to check that video out. Yeah,
Okay.
if you get a chance, I advise you too to check it out because it's definitely a good. If you hadn't heard it, it's a great topic to speak on. And so
Oh,
I
okay.
definitely
Sorry about
advise.
that.
Yeah, that's cool. It's and I'll send it because I got a little link to it, so I'll send it to the. I'll post. Matter of fact, I got it in here, so everybody can be like, "Well, Hunter, I don't know what to look up." I looked
I was
up
definitely gonna look at what you were saying.
all right, put the words in. Let me see. But yeah, I'll give y'all like the audio. Try to just get the Pikesville High School principal. Yeah, that's what it is. So just look up. I would go on YouTubery probably and do that. What's his name? Eric Eiswert. Yeah, that's it. That's him. And Eric
Okay.
Eiswert. Yeah. So if y'all get a chance, check that out.
I see it right here. I'm gonna watch it before I go to bed.
Sure.
All right.
Like I say, it's just about a little minute or so. There we go. And y'all check that out, right? And we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Oh, I put that shit down. And who do I see but sloppy ass Roland Martin while wearing a Texans jersey of all motherfuckers. That's why we lost. That's what the fuck. Just pick.
Hey, I know this is the den, but I gotta ask you this. I just gotta ask you this. Did you see on the Texans Twitter page that they saying that CJ got the Rookie of the Year?
I hadn't even.
Will Anderson got the award, and so did D'Amico Ryan.
Man, I hadn't even checked. I hope so. If they did, congratulations. This is why we fucking lost, man. I told y'all. Anytime fucking sloppy ass Roland Martin bitch ass put on anything Texan or fucking Ted Cruz come around, like, bro, it's just certain motherfuckers that just don't need to be affiliated with no Houston sports. Every time they try to represent, the shit just get fried. And it's always in a major way. This bitch ass nigga. I'm looking at the shit like 2 days ago. Today, Tuesday. I'm looking at I know he ain't wear the shit after the fucking loss because he ain't built like that. So obviously, you know what I'm saying? Shit, this shit is not saying, hey man, look, this motherfucker put this shit out on fucking this bitch ass nigga. Boy. Anyway, I'm very upset now. This is what I'm saying. Like, look at Baltimore. This motherfucker. I'm not going down the rabbit. Baltimore student misses 101st 140 school days. Marked present and passes classes. This is why I was making the jokes about the about the Baltimore education when we was playing the Ravens. They was getting mad about this shit. Look, yeah, I'm trying to tell you. All right, I'm gonna put the thing in the chat. All right. We'll get ready to get up out of here, man. Shout out to Mr. Man Up. Anything you want to say to the people before we get up out of here, Mr. Man Up?
Hey, I appreciate you having me on. And Joshua, I know that's not official. I was just going by that's why I said on the Texans Twitter page. But anyway, so I don't know if it's real or not. But anyway, I want to say thanks for having me on. We're going to do this again real soon. There go the person that calls me Cookie Beard. But I appreciate you, man. We're going to do this again real soon.
Already. Shout out to Mr. Man Up. As always, a pleasure to have you on. Always a great stream whenever we do. And yeah, man, definitely check that out. I think it's going to. You're going to say before you go to bed, you're going to hop up and want to make a video on that one. I'm just. I'm trying to tell you. So, yeah, it's a very thought-provoking conversation to have. So, with that being said, though, I do thank you for joining. Again, as soon as we can get another one in, definitely shall. And, you know, all that other good stuff. So, I'm tired, man. This shit. Good grief. But I do thank you. Shout out to everybody, all the Didnt folk. Appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Salute to y'all. Shout out to everybody who enjoyed and participated in the conversation tonight. We will be rocking tomorrow. Look, I'm gonna get my time schedule down. Pat, I gotta look. I gotta figure it out. But with that being said, I thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. It has been my honor, my privilege, but more than anything, it's been my pleasure to get to chop it up with y'all. I know Tubi Tuesdays and everything. And look, I know, y'all. We're gonna get it back on track. I promise. Look, I ain't overdosing on the sauce right now because we had to playoffs. So I'm getting things back to regular schedule because the sauce was extended, and I've been going hard probably since the damn Titans game. Powered up. I've been taking shots every day and getting lit. I think I was pre-gaming for about 3 weeks straight. But with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Mr. Man Up. And until hasta mañana, adios-ski. Yeah, adios-ski. All right. You're right, Heidi, but I always change the motherfucker. If I be on one skill, I want to change it. But all right, we got it.